Dustin Kerns, Coach, opening statement, and then we'll go straight into questions.
Yeah, credit Georgia State. They outplayed us. They outcoached us, and so credit to them on a win that we haven't lost here since December. And so, not our night. We'll bounce back.
Any idea as to why offense was such a struggle tonight?
Yeah, they got Georgia State's got a really good defense, and so they were not helping on drives to not let us get threes, and then they've got two really big rim protectors, and so we would go in there and try to attack against size, but also they were not helping, and so they were kind of forcing us to go in there and try to attack their big guys with size.
Jalen Thomas seemed like he had a really major impact on things, particularly with, kind of crushing things on the inside. Can you talk a little bit about his performance?
Yeah, he's a good player. He made some good moves. I thought a couple times, though, he just got some kind of garbage points. It was just maybe not necessarily – he was just at the right place at the right time. But, I think that, he's one of their key players, and so certainly he had a good night down there.
You guys seem to be really just kind of energy-wise, not a lot going on, and then the technical foul happens. All of a sudden, the crowd gets loud, and you guys manage to get from being double digits down to being back in the game. Can you tell us just about how that energized your team, and was that something you were trying to do at that time?
No. I've been a head coach for 5 years. That's my fourth technical foul. That's my second in 3 years as App State's coach. And so, they traveled. They flopped on the shot, and one was a big two bad calls in one possession. And so I was 6-1 fouls at that point. I'd seen enough. And so, I wanted to rally our team and get people into the game, but it was more about it's pretty big missed calls. And so, but we got good kids, all right? So they're going to respond with that stuff. The crowd got into it. That's part of the game. It happens, but I thought that would probably energize our team and crowd. But at the end of the day, it wasn't anything more than me making a statement that two blatant missed calls in the same possession that resulted in an and-one. Should have been our ball. Travel, pretty easy to call.
You have a lot of minutes played by just a few individuals, particularly for a Saturday. That's probably a little bit unusual. Delph in particular playing 40 minutes. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, you get down, and Michael Leeds just wasn't helping us there on both ends. And so we just got down, so it's just kind of hard to sub your key players. And then they got some adrenaline pumping with the game and stuff like that, and the opponent. But once again, I'm not a coach that's never going to give credit to the other team. Georgia State outplayed us. They played. They made the plays they needed to make, and give credit to them.
James Parker with the Appalachian. Talk a little bit about your team's defensive scheme tonight. On the pick and rolls, we saw a lot of doubling instead of switching, and it also resulted in Georgia State getting a lot of wide open threes. Talk a little bit about what the game plan was defensively today, and if it changed at halftime.
No. They went 5 for 26 from three, so that's pretty good. Defense is 19%, and so I thought we defended them pretty well. They had 58 points, and I would say 5 or 6 of those were free throws with us fouling at the end. We just couldn't get in a rhythm offensively, and credit them. But our game plan didn't change, and I thought defensively we were pretty good. At the end of the day, it's the first time I can remember in a long time we've had a negative assist turnover. And so we had some opportunities off stops, and we just didn't make the right play at the right time. We didn't recognize the transition and the opportunities, and so those opportunities kind of hurt us there when we were coming back.
Michael Almonacci, in terms of scoring, had an off game tonight with only 2 points. Talk a little bit about having a guy like Michael Almonacci being able to contribute to the game without having to put the ball in the basket?
Well, he's one of the top 3 guys in the league in assist, right? And so that's a way he can affect the game, which he had 2 tonight. But you know what? We didn't make a lot of shots, so there's probably not going to be a lot of assists. At the end of the day, our turnovers were really, really crucial. We just haven't had that many turnovers. We played a game earlier this year. We went the last 38 minutes of the game without a turnover. And so, I thought Mike Almonacci did a pretty good job on Justin Roberts, who went 2 for 10 as one of their key players. I thought he did impact the game there defensively.
Talk a little bit about, in your 3 years here, being able to see a player like Adrian Delph develop and grow, both as like an individual player and as a team player.
Oh man, he's a team guy. He's an App State guy, and he's a great kid. Comes from a great family, and he's a worker. It means a lot to him, and he's gotten better on the court. He's doing well in the classroom, and so he's the type of guy we want to represent our program.
Zach Smith, also with Appalachian. Sort of the same question about Adrian, but about Donovan. Your 3 years here, how have you seen him progress as a player?
He's gotten better every year, and we pride ourselves on player development, and we feel like our guys get better, and so Donovan has gotten better each season. Another great kid from a great family. So when you have high character people in your program, good things are going to happen to them. They're going to get better because they want to be coached. They buy into what you're doing, and so naturally you grow and you develop. And so it goes back to just high character people in our program.
Got time for about 2 or 3 more questions.
Hey, Coach, good to see you.
Hey, Dave.
To end this on kind of on a real positive note, when you arrived, the arena was almost a mausoleum in terms of attendance. Talk about, other than winning, talk about some of the things that you've done to help foster the embrace of App State basketball in the community that has ended up with, 3,000 people, I think, today was the attendance. That's pretty good for compared to where you were a couple years ago.
Yeah, our attendance has grown. It grew in year 1. Obviously, last year was an anomaly with COVID, and I think we're consistently getting 3,000. I don't know what I've done other than just be myself, be on campus, be in the community, try to treat people right. I try to talk to our players about saying hello to people, and it's not just me. I think our whole program has done a good job engaging the students, engaging the community. I'm not going to celebrate less than 50% capacity. When we've been in first place for a month and coming off NCAA tournament, I don't know if App State would be happy with me celebrating, that. Yes, it's improvement, but there's a long way to grow.
Thank you.
Thanks.